You really want me on the team. What's your approach to recruit me?
You want first place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else.
Bryant for the win. Bang! Has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in.
And where did the inspiration come from?
The love of the game. It's like I would watch Magic play.
Magic Johnson always seems to take over.
I'd watch Michael play.
Against Lever. Wow.
And I would see them do these unbelievable things. And I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out.
Congratulations.
And what can I say? Mamba out.
We're coming on the air with breaking news, very sad news to tell the sports world. The LA Times is reporting that retired Los Angeles Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant has been killed in a helicopter crash.
I lost a little brother. Our names will be attached together for what we did. People always ask about our relationship, and I tell them it's just like me and Charles.
When Kobe Bryant died, a piece of me died.
In the years since his passing, Kobe Bryant has become one of the most universally beloved athletes in the history of American sports.
Welcome to the Kobe Show. Take 2.
But this outpouring of love for Kobe wasn't always the case. In fact, at various points in Kobe's life, people described him as arrogant, reclusive, even toxic.
And Chris Childs.
The NBA media might have made you believe that he was the NBA's golden child,
In the air. Shows up.
the next MJ. But his fellow teammates despised him. His parents disappeared from his life. And even his own hometown, the city of brotherly love, hated him. So, who was the Black Mamba really? And why did people hate this younger version of Kobe so much? I dug into it, and what I discovered about his upbringing, alpha dog mentality, and his dark past will transform the way you see Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant, and yes, that's really his middle name, was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but primarily raised in Italy after his father relocated the family so he could continue playing professional basketball. This, of course, was a major upheaval for young Kobe, but he and his siblings made the most of it. Within just a few months, they were already fluent in Italian and beloved by their local community. Courtside at his father's games, young Kobe was often seen mopping up the floors and dazzling the crowd with his impressive dribbling skills. The Italian crowds loved young Kobe, and young Kobe loved them right back. Kobe and his siblings found themselves at home in Italy. But just as they got comfortable, everything changed. At 13 years old, Kobe's father decided it was time to move the family back to Philadelphia, uprooting Kobe for a second time in his young life. According to Kobe himself, this move was an unwelcome one by him and his sisters and set him back socially.
And that it was time for us to come back to America. I didn't want to come back, and my sisters didn't want to come back. It was very hard getting adjusted simply because I had a lot of trouble understanding English.
But with his undivided attention focused solely on basketball, Kobe began to flourish. Back in the States at Lower Merion High School in suburban Pennsylvania, Kobe became the first freshman in decades to play for the school's varsity team. Over the course of the next 4 years, Kobe led the Aces to a record of 77-13, including winning the state championship at the end of his senior year. High school Kobe was utterly dominant and fueled by a confidence few at his age possess.
I just had an opportunity to go in the other locker room. 2 others said, "We think we're going to win the game, and I'd like to know what you think."
Kobe was so good that the 76ers head coach, John Lucas, actually invited him to come scrimmage with the team. And rumor has it is that he held his own against Jerry Stackhouse. Young Kobe was a phenom, a future NBA star in the making. But there was a price to pay for all that extra attention. The more Kobe's celebrity grew, the more he became ostracized by his classmates. Instead of traversing the halls with friends, Kobe often went to class followed by a camera crew, and according to some classmates, the constant spectacle could be distracting. Check out this news clip NBC did on Lower Merion's prom.
As far as some Lower Merion prom dates were concerned, they say they can do without NBA's future star at their prom.
It's not Kobe's prom, it's Lower Merion's prom.
And the unwanted attention that came from Kobe's presence there. Now, don't get me wrong, Kobe did have friends in high school, but how are any of these normal kids supposed to understand the pressures of potentially becoming the next MJ in the NBA? Kobe's skills made him massively unrelatable. Long gone were the days of anonymity, mopping up the floors for adoring crowds back in Italy. Kobe was a big fish in a small pond now. And because of this, Kobe decided he would forgo college and head straight to the NBA draft.
I have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA.
And there was only one team he wanted to land with. Going into the draft, Kobe and his agent were hellbent on getting Kobe to play for the Los Angeles Lakers. So when Kobe got lucky enough to land a pre-draft workout with the team, he made it his mission to blow them away. And that's exactly what he did. During the workout, Kobe played one-on-one against former Defensive Player of the Year Michael Cooper, and apparently took Cooper to the woodshed. Lakers GM Jerry West called it the best workout he'd ever seen. Afterwards, West too became hellbent on seeing Kobe wearing purple and gold. But the problem was the Lakers didn't actually have any picks. So weeks before the draft, West formed a scheme with the Charlotte Hornets that involved acquiring the 13th pick in exchange for the Lakers center Vlade Divac. The only consolation was that the Lakers would only make the trade if the Hornets were able to acquire Kobe Bryant. This wasn't going to be easy for the Hornets either. After Kobe's stellar high school career, he was slated to get picked much higher than the 13th pick. So Jerry West and the Hornets turned to subterfuge. Prior to the draft, West called every team with a pick before the Hornets and told them that Kobe Bryant had decided he was going to play for the Lakers. And if any other team picked him, he was going to leave and play in Italy. This was, of course, a bold-faced lie. But surprisingly, the plan worked wonders. By the way, if you want to know more detail about this draft class, which is considered one of the greatest of all time, I actually made an in-depth video about it, and you can feel free to check it out. But the very short summary is, on June 26, 1996, the Hornets selected Kobe Bryant and promptly traded him to the LA Lakers. Happily ever after, right? Wrong. Though Kobe Bryant got exactly what he wanted when he was traded to LA, his first few years with the team were rocky to say the least. According to former Laker Cedric Ceballos, Coach Del Harris put Kobe in figurative jail for his first few seasons with the team. Del Harris wouldn't let Kobe show any flash at practice and refused to start the rookie under any circumstances. This caused a lot of people to speculate that Del Harris didn't quite like young Kobe. But according to Del, it was just a necessary form of tough love. Del's philosophy was that Kobe had to, quote, knock a player out to earn his spot in the starting lineup. This challenge was meant to toughen Kobe up, but also put him at odds with some of his own Laker teammates, and one teammate in particular. The same summer the Lakers drafted Kobe, they also made a move for the league's most dominant big man, Shaquille O'Neal. Even though Shaq had just taken the Magic to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history, their management still refused to pay the big man top dollar, forcing Shaq to explore other options, and inevitably landing him with the LA Lakers. In LA, Shaq hoped he'd finally get veteran talent to help him get over the championship hump. Though deep down, Shaq trusted Jerry West, who said that Kobe was going to be the key to help him get there eventually. But that didn't mean he was going to give the young, unproven Kobe any special treatment. During Kobe's rookie year, Shaq attempted to haze Kobe along with the other rookies, and Kobe tattletaled on O'Neal to GM Jerry West. According to Shaq, West came and knocked on his door the following day and told Shaq that Kobe was off limits.
I hazed Kobe one time, and it's like the FBI came to my room the next morning.
No way.
Yeah, it's like he off limits.
This was clearly an attempt by West to help the young Kobe assimilate with the team, but it may have actually caused more damage than West anticipated, because in the end, the special attention did little to endear the rookie to the veteran Shaq. After the hazing incident, Shaq took to calling Kobe nicknames like, quote, Boy Wonder and Showboat behind the scenes. This may seem like compliments, but they're really just Shaq's tongue-in-cheek way of showing his disapproval of his teammates' style both on and off the court. And Shaq wasn't the only one with strong opinions about the young shooting guard. As years have gone on, more and more former players have chirped up about Kobe's behavior early on in the league. In an interview with Insider, Gary Payton, aka The Glove, referred to young Kobe as, quote, arrogant. In another interview, KG called Kobe the biggest asshole he'd ever met in his life. Things like this made it clear that there was a reckoning coming for young Kobe Bryant, which leads us to the 2003 NBA lockout. During the 1998-1999 lockout, some Laker players got together at a gym in Los Angeles and started playing a pickup game. Kobe on one team, Shaq on the other. And the story goes that things got out of hand rather quickly. According to veteran Olden Polynice, Shaq told Kobe that the Lakers were, quote, his team. Kobe, not one to back down, told Shaq, quote, no, the Lakers are my team. From there, things escalated quickly, ending with Shaq slapping Kobe square across the face. The two had to be separated moments later. After the incident, Shaq pressed the Lakers management to trade Kobe for Shaq's former Orlando running mate, Penny Hardaway. But the Lakers refused to consider making the deal. Deep down, Jerry West knew that Kobe and Shaq, if they could get everything right, had the skills necessary to win a championship, if not multiple. They just needed someone to give them the proper guidance to get there. So West went and poached Michael Jordan's old coach, Phil Jackson. A genius move. And that's when things really began to click. Under Jackson, the Lakers' offense was more efficient than ever and allowed the team to open up the 99-2000 season with an impressive record of 15-7. Some of this was due to the way Jackson's triangle offense opened up the post for Shaq to dominate. But another big factor was the wrist injury that sidelined Kobe for the first few weeks of the season. On the sideline, Kobe was able to see just how dominant prime Shaq really was, causing him to ponder if maybe he was really playing like a showboat after all. When Kobe returned to the team after injury, his playstyle was entirely different than it was before. Kobe's assists went up to nearly 5 per game, a career high for the young shooting guard, and Shaq's numbers shot up too. With Kobe acting as the proper sidekick, Shaq was able to average a league-high 29.7 points per game, enough to take home his first ever MVP. Under Phil Jackson, the ball was finally moving in Los Angeles, and success started pouring in. Between the months of February and April, the Lakers won an outstanding 30 of their 31 games, ending the year with 67 wins overall. This made the Lakers one of the best regular season teams in the history of the sport. Shaq and Kobe finally appeared ready to win, and that's exactly what they did. In the playoffs, the Lakers cruised to the Western Conference Finals, and then beat Portland in 7 games, closing out the series with one of the most iconic and emphatic dunks of the duo's career. And then, weeks later, the Lakers finally reached the mountaintop. The Los Angeles Lakers took down the Indiana Pacers in 6 games and took home the championship. And take a look at who Shaq hugged first as time expired. Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers were NBA champions, and the beef appeared to officially be squashed. For now, at least. Over the next few seasons, the Kobe Shaq Lakers became the first franchise to complete a three-peat since MJ did it with the Last Dance Bulls in the late 1990s. On the outside, Kobe Bryant appeared to be on top of the world. But behind the scenes, everything wasn't quite as it seemed. For about 2 years now, a rift between Kobe and his parents had been quietly opening up behind closed doors. You see, in the summer of 1999, Kobe met a girl named Vanessa on the set of a music video and instantly fell in love with her. 6 months later, the lovebirds were already engaged, and according to Bryant's family, things were moving too quickly. Joe Bryant, in particular, was afraid that his son was too devoted to his newfound love. Joe claimed he wanted Kobe to slow down and smell the roses before making such a huge life decision. But those who knew Joe intimately knew that the real reason for his disapproval had nothing to do with the quick escalation. The Bryants had always wanted Kobe to end up with an African American girl, but Kobe didn't care what his parents wanted. He was in love with Vanessa. So a few months later, having dated Vanessa for just under a year, Kobe and Vanessa Bryant got married in an LA church surrounded by friends. But Kobe's parents were nowhere in sight. And as the years went on, it seems like the rift between Kobe and his parents only widened. The Bryants were nowhere to be found when the Lakers won their second and third consecutive NBA Finals. This is why Kobe was alone, crying in the bathroom after winning the NBA Finals. He was hugging the trophy because he was devastated his family wasn't there to celebrate with him. And over time, Kobe became more and more willing to address this dream publicly.
That, unfortunately, we don't talk much.
As of the early 2000s, Kobe's relationship with his parents seemed to be holding on by a thread. And that's when Kobe's mother made things infinitely worse. After Kobe refused to give his mom the money necessary to buy a new home in Nevada, Kobe's mother put a bunch of her son's old basketball memorabilia up for auction, including a pair of championship rings Kobe had purchased for his parents personally. When Kobe found out about the sale, he was so mad that he actually sued his own mother. In the end though, Kobe's mother was allowed to sell the rings and did use the money to buy herself the home she always wanted. But was it really worth it? Because her relationship with Kobe was never the same. And Kobe's family weren't the only ones who betrayed him either. In fact, the entire city of Philadelphia had turned on the young superstar after Kobe beat his hometown 76ers in the 2001 NBA Finals. Just listen to the reception Kobe received from his hometown when the 2002 All-Star Game was hosted in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to come home. I know the fans are, booing, but nonetheless, it feels good to come home.
At this point in Kobe's life, he was more successful than ever, but simultaneously hated by so many of the people with whom he was supposed to be loved. What must have it felt like to reach such high highs and such low lows, all in the same short span of time? And then, as if things couldn't get any worse, Kobe's reputation took the biggest hit of all. On July 4th, 2003, Kobe Bryant was arrested in Eagle, Colorado, for allegedly sexually assaulting a 19-year-old hotel employee. According to the victim, Kobe blocked her at the door as she tried to leave his room and forcibly choked her while initiating intercourse. This, of course, was not how Kobe or his team of lawyers saw the interaction. According to Kobe, the interaction was consensual, and his defense team vehemently denied any wrongdoing and instead attacked the accuser's credibility. On July 18th, 2003, Kobe addressed the media publicly. He admitted to adultery, but had this to say about the interaction.
Embarrassed and ashamed for committing adultery.
For months, the media feasted on the Kobe rape story. In a matter of weeks, Kobe went from the NBA's golden child, the next MJ, to one of the most hated athletes in the world. Seriously, if you thought people burning Cleveland jerseys after LeBron's decision to go to Miami was bad, think again. The Kobe hatred was on another level. In one fell swoop, Kobe lost his endorsements with Nike, Spalding, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Nutella, and countless others. His brand was destroyed. His friends, his family, they abandoned him. And the only thing going for him was the basketball court and his wife, Vanessa. Besides that, everyone hated young Kobe Bryant. The man had reached rock bottom and desperately needed a way to get his mojo back. But how? How could he possibly recover from this? During that same offseason, Kobe watched the movie Kill Bill and became inspired to form an alter ego for himself that he called the Black Mamba. In the movie, a Black Mamba snake was codenamed for the deadliest assassin. Kobe realized this was the mentality he needed to develop on the court in order to separate himself and his off-court drama. Kobe had to become a ruthless killer, unmoved by all the noise. And thus, the Black Mamba was born. When Kobe returned to the court the next season, he came to the game with a whole new focus and killer mentality. Gone was the boyish Kobe who played second fiddle to Shaq. And in his place, the Black Mamba was thriving. After switching numbers in 2006 and acquiring a new running mate in 2008, Kobe was finally able to get the Lakers back to being one of the best teams in the league. That same year, Kobe took home his first and only MVP award and led the Lakers to the #1 overall seed in the loaded Western Conference. And as the years went on, things in LA only got better. In 2009 and 2010, Kobe and Pau Gasol led the Lakers to back-to-back championships, adding 2 more rings to Kobe's already impressive resume. Slowly but surely, Kobe's reputation rebounded as well. Kobe got his Nike sponsorship back in 2005 and successfully rebuilt his relationship with his wife Vanessa. With the help of the Black Mamba alter ego, Kobe became an icon in the basketball world again, and remains so to this day. So what's the legacy of Kobe Bryant? Was he a recluse, a ball hog, a showboat, a predator? Or was he just quiet, hardworking, and deeply misunderstood by his fans and the people who loved him most? Well, I think the truest answer is a little bit of all the above. Kobe Bean Bryant was an enigma, a one-of-one superstar who to this day was the closest comparison we've ever had to being Michael Jordan. Kobe was certainly not perfect, but what he brought to the game of basketball will never be forgotten. The man may have passed away too soon, but his legacy and the Mamba mentality lives on forever.
Mamba out.